What happens when worship looks right on the outside but feels empty on the inside? Welcome to HisTime365. Today is day 210, and we're walking through Isaiah 1 through 5, where God calls his people back from hollow routines to real relationship and reminds us that true transformation begins in the heart.
A call to repentance. Insights from Isaiah 1 through 5. Have you ever felt that something was off in your relationship with God? In the opening chapters of Isaiah, we see a heartfelt call to repentance and a vivid picture of the consequences of turning away from God. Let's dive into these powerful messages that are just as relevant today as they were in ancient times. In Isaiah 1, the prophet begins with painting a stark picture of Judah's spiritual state. God, through Isaiah, expresses deep disappointment with his people. They were going through the motions of worship, offering sacrifices and following rituals, but their hearts were far from him. God says, "To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices?" Isaiah 1:11. This question echoes through the ages, challenging us to reflect on our own worship and devotion. As we explore Isaiah 1, we see God lamenting that his people are filled with iniquity and corruption. They have abandoned justice and taken advantage of the vulnerable. The imagery used is striking. God portrays his chosen people as rebellious children who have strayed from the path. Imagine a parent watching their child make increasingly poor choices, feeling both sorrow and frustration. God's heart breaks for his people, and he desires their return to him. In the latter part of chapter 1, God extends an invitation to repentance. He calls his people to come now and let us reason together. Isaiah 1:18. This is a beautiful depiction of God's grace, showing that despite their failures, he still desires a relationship with them. He promises that if they turn from their wicked ways, they can be cleansed and restored. Moving into Isaiah 2, we see a shift in tone. The prophet proclaims the future glory of Zion. It speaks of a time when the mountain of the Lord's house will be established and nations will come to it seeking guidance. This prophecy paints a picture of hope and restoration, reminding us that God has a plan for his people. In our lives today, this can be likened to moments when we strive for harmony in our families or work towards peace in our communities. When we seek God and align our actions with his will, we can experience a glimpse of that promised peace. Isaiah 3 offers a warning about the consequences of turning away from God. This chapter details the impending judgment on Jerusalem and Judah, highlighting how the Lord will remove their leaders and the very things they relied on for security. Imagine a workplace where the leadership is ineffective, chaos ensues, and trust erodes. In our lives, when we neglect God's guidance, we may find ourselves in similar disarray, whether in our families, jobs, or personal relationships. As we continue through Isaiah, we encounter a vivid description of God's judgment in Isaiah 4. Here, we see the remnant of Israel being purified. Despite the harsh realities, there's a promise of growth and renewal. God will create a shelter for his people, ensuring their safety and security. This is akin to fostering a supportive environment in our homes or workplaces, where love and understanding can flourish amidst challenges. Finally, in Isaiah 5, the tone changes to a somber reflection on the state of Israel. The chapter opens with a song about a beloved vineyard, which symbolizes God's people. Despite being given everything to thrive, they have produced only wild grapes. This metaphor serves as a powerful reminder of accountability. It prompts us to consider how we utilize the resources and opportunities that God has blessed us with. Are we producing good fruit in our lives, or are we falling short? Isaiah's prophetic voice resonates with urgency. He warns of impending doom, but also offers hope for a future restoration. In our everyday lives, we can see parallels in how we navigate our relationships and responsibilities. For instance, in our workplaces, if we ignore the signs of a toxic environment or unhealthy practices, we may face dire consequences. Similarly, in our families, neglecting to nurture love and respect can lead to disconnection and strife. In these opening chapters of Isaiah, we are reminded of the importance of seeking God's guidance, nurturing our relationships, and producing good fruit in every aspect of our lives. The overarching message is clear. God desires a genuine relationship with us, one built on love, repentance, and a commitment to walk in His ways. So, let us strive to be the people God has called us to be, producing good fruit and living in harmony with one another. In what ways can we ensure our worship and devotion are genuine and heartfelt? How can we apply the call to repentance in our daily lives and relationships? What are some practical steps we can take to produce good fruit in our families and workplaces?
Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Isaiah 1 through 5, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Isaiah 6 through 8, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 211. Until then, stay encouraged, and thank you for giving God His time today.